Have you ever wondered what TF2 traders are talking about when they mention sister effect? I never really heard the term myself until 2023, but it would have been so useful to know what it meant when I first started trading. It felt like pain when I dip out on a deal because I couldn't find enough evidence that it would be profitable. Then I see someone else taking what seemed like a risky opportunity to me, and they make 40% profit super fast because I didn't understand what a sister effect was. Clearly, this was a skill issue, so I needed to expand my knowledge. I went and did that over time by having multiple discussions on Discord servers about what sister effects are and how they can be used, and it turns out they are one of the best price checking methods you can use. I understand why the deals I passed up on earlier were actually great opportunities, and it's a simple tactic to get a good grasp of how valuable certain illiquid items are. One memorable moment was when I had an unpriced purple energy timeless topper I managed to buy for 17 keys. I saw green energy, the exact same effect as purple energy with just different colors, was going for around 30 to 35 keys. I slapped it on a scrap.tf auction to see what it could get, and I managed to get 25 keys for it super easily after struggling for months to make good profit. Imagine how amazing that would be to make your first 8 keys profit in a single trade by learning the intricacies of sister effect price checking. And in saying that, you might be interested in my school community where I'll guide you on how to make profit, literally holding your hand step by step to make trading as easy and efficient as possible. If you want to take your first big step towards your dream TF2 backpack, click the top link of the description now. If you can't afford my premium service, I totally understand. I have a free Discord server that is mainly dedicated to trading discussions, and if you're intrigued, go join right now. You might learn something new. Now let's get on to what sister effects are and how you can use them to become a better trader in Team Fortress 2. Number 1. Sister effect definition. The best definition I could give for what a sister effect is would be an unusual effect that is completely identical to another with slightly different characteristics such as color, releasing from the same collection, their name, and anything else similar. So a very basic example of a sister effect would be burning flames and scorching flames. We can see that they are exactly the same because they are both fire effects with the same particle movement and are released from the same collection being Generation 1, whilst they both have flames in their name. But the only difference is that burning flames is the normal orange color of fire, whilst scorching flames is a light green version of fire. Some examples of sister effects may not be a direct color change, such as Blizzardy Storm and Stormy Storm, but they are so similar that it's quite safe to consider them sister effects. What is not a sister effect is things that look completely different even with the same elements that make up the unusuals. For example, one time someone offered me a butterfly season hat that was one of one, and he boosted the price of his item by so much because he considered butterfly season to be a sister effect of bewitching bugs. Which, yeah, they are from the same collection, but bewitching bugs is straight up superior to butterfly season by just looking at them. It is also important to note that, although some unusual effects may be sister effects, one can actually be a lot more sellable and popular than another due to favoring of color, scarcity, or another factor. For instance, Ancient Spectre from the Scream Fortress 2021 event is a lot less sellable and popular compared to its sister effects, Infernal Wraith and Phantom Crown, because it's considered an ugly brown color compared to the nicer shades of green and purple of Infernal Wraith and Phantom Crown respectively. But oftentimes, it is safe to assume that sister effects will be very similar tier levels with each other. Number 2. How to use them. So hopefully you know what a sister effect is by now, but how do you use sister effects to help you in trading? Well, since we established that sister effects tend to be very similar tier levels in terms of sellability, we can use that to also come up with a somewhat accurate price for when we don't have any evidence to price check an unusual. So for example, someone offers me their Scorched Scalp brand loyalist, which is a new unusual hat and effect from summer 2024, and I need to determine if it's worth it by price checking how much it could fetch for. I know Scorched Scalp has two sister effects, which are Ignited Crest and Melting Mohawk. Ignited Crest seems to be far more popular, probably due to its purple coloring, so I would exclude that as an outlier sister effect since it just seems to be way better. So that leaves me comparing Scorching Scalp to Melting Mohawk. Scorching Scalp has one seller at 60 keys, whilst Melting Mohawk has a bot at 53 keys and another marketplace seller in the 70s. I also noticed that Melting Mohawk has a recently accepted price suggestion at 40 to 57 keys, and Scorched Scalp has a recently accepted price suggestion at 55 keys, although that seems to be a one-off sale when the hat was still relatively new. Buy orders seem to be in the low 30s for both hats, so I would consider a safe full price of about 45 to 50 keys, since that's lower than what anyone has sold it for. But in reality, if I was able to get this deal for a cheap enough price, I would realistically match the other seller at 60 keys and see what offers I can get, whilst reducing the price towards my estimation of 45 to 50 keys if it didn't sell fast. Number 3, how to find sister effects. So now you know what sister effects are and how they can be used. Now you're asking, how do I know if an unusual effect has a sister effect, and where do I find the stat pages? Well, to know if an unusual has a sister effect, bro, just Google it. The TF2 Wiki's unusual page has every single unusual effect listed on there, sorted by its collection/event it was released in, and by looking at how they've been grouped, you instantly spot what the sister effects are. Now, a really neat trick to find the stats pages of sister effects on backpack.tf is by editing the URL number in your browser. So for example, if you wanted to find that brand loyalist, search up the unique version in the search bar, edit the URL up here from unique to unusual. Now you're on the generic unusual page. Hover over the hat's picture, click classifieds, and find the effect you're looking for. If you can't find the effect you're looking for, search for a sister effect, go onto its stats page, and then edit the URL number of the end number by adding or subtracting one at a time, and by then you can see. So for example, if I had the URL of an Ignited Crest brand loyalist and wanted to find a Scorched Scalp brand loyalist, I can subtract 1 from 340 in the URL, editing it to 339, and I get Scorched Scalp. Every sister effect is clumped up next to each other, so always add 1 or subtract 1 from the end number, and this can massively help you save time. And there you go. Sister effects in Team Fortress 2 trading are crucial to price checking unusual hats. Defined as effects that share nearly identical characteristics with only minor differences such as color, they often exist within the same collection, making them valuable reference points when determining price and demand. Knowing how to identify and utilize sister effects, especially when direct price evidence is unavailable, can lead to more accurate pricing and better trading decisions. By comparing similar tiered sister effects like Burning Flames and Scorching Flames, or not similarly tiered sister effects like Ancient Spectre with Infernal Wraith and Phantom Crown, you can better gauge value based on popularity, scarcity, and other factors. Moreover, using techniques like URL editing and resources like the TF2 Wiki can streamline the process of discovering these sister effects, ultimately enhancing your trading experience. And that's all I have to say for sister effects in TF2. Remember to check out the school group and the Discord server in the top of the description. Thanks for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment on this video about your experience with sister effects, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!